Shazam! No jacket today because it is absolutely boiling. So, hey everybody, how's it going? So, right, the title of this one is a little bit of a lie because due to events today, I've actually ended up having lunch out today, and I am really full. And when I went to get my sandwich to do for this stream, I just felt sick looking at them because of how full I am. So it's not going to be so much as lunch with KHF, more like a chat with KHF while he eats a banana. I can't even find my water canister, so I'm just having to have a glass of water. So I need to find that actually because I need that for swimming. But anyway, hey everyone, hey, how's it going? Now that Easter's over, I'm strictly back on the diet, as I was too lenient over the Easter time. So, how goes it? Good morning, Afro Otaku. Good to see you. Right, to get things rolling. Recently I just finished ReZero. Great, so you already made more progress than me. I need to get back to that series, but I am planning to make a lot of progress on certain things later, so we'll see what happens. Tell you what I have been doing lately. I got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for my Switch finally. I've been enjoying that, but I like that game, I really do, but the problem is it's one of those games where there's so much to do. I can see this as a game I'll be playing for hours and not realising it, be like, oh, it's 4 in the morning. When did that happen? So, it's a game I know I need to be careful with. So it's like Skyrim, in a regard, yeah. Sorry I missed your live stream. I was working Friday, that's fine. It's fine, you need to work, you need to make money, I'm not upset. After that series, I needed more light-hearted fun series to balance it out. Yeah, no, ReZero is so far of what I've been watching, a lot darker than, a lot more gory than I realised it would be. I am enjoying it, don't get me wrong. I've even got the first light novel upstairs, but I was not expecting it to be that, especially because I'd watched Konosuba right beforehand. So to go from Konosuba to that, it's just like, oh my gosh! But yeah, Breath of the Wild is a lot of fun. Though I do have to ask, like, I do wonder, like, Princess Zelda has been sealing back Calamity Ganon for 100 years. So, I often picture what it would be like to ask her about that. It's be like, Princess Zelda, you've been holding Ganon back for 100 years. How do you feel? I'm desperate for a piss. I now got 2.5 and 1.5 Remix Kingdom Hearts series. Cool. ReZero is definitely my favourite among the isekai anime, though the rising of the shield hero may take that spot. I've never seen that one, so I'll judge. So what's better than one banana? 2 bananas. That's normally what I limit myself to in a day with bananas, because while they're good for you, like, you know, obviously too many bananas can be too much of a good thing and can actually cause weight gain, so... But you know, go try and eat my fruit. And considering I have nothing else to eat on this stream, not that people come to see me eat, obviously, but just saying the title's kind of a lie. Tell you what I also did recently. You should definitely watch The Rising of the Shield Hero. It's an amazing... it's engaging but really dark. Well, I don't mind dark. I'm watching ReZero. As dark as ReZero is, it does at least have Rem, who's top tier waifu material. I've only sorry, took the camera then. I've only really just been introduced to the character, so I'll see what it is that makes everybody go gaga over her. But if I do end up saying, oh, she's best waifu and stuff, hopefully people will finally leave me alone on the darkness thing. So what else I did recently in regards to video games is I played a game of Super Mario Party with my family. And anyone who has played Mario Party with real people knows that game ends friendships. So we will never leave you alone about darkness. I know you won't. So whose nose got broken? Oh, hey, Joe's here. Joe's actually here. Hooray. To troll. Although I'm a bit concerned about you being here, Joe, because last time you were in a part of the stream broke. So what was the X factor there, eh? I'm joking, mate. Oh gosh, right. No Lily today because she's enjoying the sun. So did Darkness use the clamps on you? Oh, for goodness sake. So it begins. Oh god, goodness. Right. So trying to think of what else. So this is the problem with doing multiple live streams in the week. Like, especially a week where I've been trying to make it easy. No, the fur baby. I don't know, maybe she'll want to come in later, but at the moment she's just soaking up the sun because it is actually a really nice day today. But I thought I'd spend it in here with you guys, and plus I've already been out for lunch, so... Oh, gosh. Was hiccup and a burp attack there. My word. So, KHF's bodily functions, I'll rename this to. Bambi is my favourite summon in Kingdom Hearts, said nobody. Oh, made the joke for me there. I've never really used the summons all that often, if I'm perfectly honest. You tried to come up with the truth on that stream, don't believe his lies. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, I've never really used the summons all that often. I mean, they're a neat addition, but I always found them kind of needless with the way I play, but that's just me. I use them a bit more often in 3, but in general I've never really used them, so... Except for Stitch. I never use Stitch, for obvious reasons. Did he just say you can't run out of MP using her, referring to Bambi? But Bambi's male. Bambi's played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the live-action remake. If you haven't seen that sketch, look it up. It's hilarious. I want that to be the live-action reboot. Oh gosh, a lot of questions coming in. Have you watched when people take anime too far, part 1 to 2 by some YouTuber? Trust me, those videos are hilarious. No, but they sound funny. Atlantica's my favourite world, said nobody. Stitch in Kingdom Hearts 2 is broken. He's a great way of cheesing the lingering will. I don't care. I don't care if he's a great way of cheesing the lingering will. I don't care. I'm not using Stitch. I hate Stitch. I have... People who have tuned into these live streams before know I have my reasons, but I hate Stitch. That little rascal. Pressing down on my sunburn. The little blue git. Ugh. It's also essential for high schools and the undumb. Don't care. I don't care. I will not use Stitch. Stitch is wonderful, he's so fluffy and cute. No! He's that little git who, when I was on holiday in Florida and had the worst sunburn of my life, his stupid ride made the arm guards go up and down onto my sunburn, and it hurt like hell, so I hate Stitch. I hope people realise I don't actually hate the character. It's just, it's funny if I make this like, you should arrive at KHF tirades. I see. Well, you know I hate, you and Afro Otaku know I hate Stitch, just because of one ride. But is Goofy best anime dad? Goofy has robbed me before. on that same holiday, Disney World holiday, we got a picture taken with Goofy, and I had a packet of Doritos. Sticking out my pocket, and Goofy jokingly nicked them out of my pocket, so I can say I've been mugged by Goofy. Toothless is better. I've never even seen the movie, and I love him for his great use in that game. Goofy is a pickpocket, yeah, he is. And yet he made Captain of the Guard. Oh gosh, I'd love to go back to Disney World. He's a secret rogue Nat 20. To be fair, I don't think it would be that difficult to rob me in a game of D&D. Did he give them back? Yeah, he did give them back. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. I want to go back to Disney World too. I've only been once. I've been twice in my life, but I'd love to go back again. If you're now 20, KHF would have lost his pants as well. Yeah, probably it would be like Kazuma's blinking steel in Konosuba. Donis would love that, yeah. No! I'm becoming Team Hell No Daniel Bryan now. I miss going to Disney World. I actually miss going to Florida as well. Yeah. Hey, LHF, can I buy Darkness as a plaything? I was going to say she's not an object, but she's also not real. She's a drawing. Well, in fact, she started out as just written word. Have I ever seen a movie called The Gamers? No, but my DM keeps recommending that to me. He keeps recommending that to me, like, every other week now. He asks me, have you watched The Gamers yet? And I'm like, no. He's like, you need to. Oh well, Disneyland Paris is the next best thing for me. I've never been to the Paris one. I've been to Paris as well. I've never been to Disneyland Paris. Granted, I was only in Paris for like 3 days, so... It is super funny. The second one is even better. Cool, well, definitely have to watch those. So my screen just went a bit dim. Just having my charger's still in. Plus, they're on YouTube. I know they're on YouTube. That's I think that's how he watched them. That's how he recommended them to me. What do you picture would happen if Max was in Kingdom Hearts? I don't know, maybe it'd be like an apprentice knight. Or maybe a thing of he doesn't want to follow in Goofy's footsteps. I don't know, that's food for thought, isn't it? When there's too much Moe fan service, I just quote Goblin Slayer, you get used to it. But what? But some of us don't want to get used to it. Some of us will fight the future. Oh gosh. Some of us will fight the incoming panty invasion. F Moe. Yeah, see, Chibi gets it. Well, you all know what Azusa did to me. Azusa killed my family and ate my baby. So, oh. Don't know what possessed me to say that, but screw all y'all, it's canon now. Because KHF decrees it so. uh, that's on my way. Otherwise, my sex lives wouldn't exist. What? I don't. I'm not even touching that. I'm not even touching that. The only moe I approve of is Kana from Dragon Maid because she is the most precious thing that ever exists. I'm going for the old school cute shit, my dudes. If you are an anime lover, does that make me the Western animation lover? I mean, I like Western animation as well, so. That's another thing I notice about a lot of anime fans. They think they can only be into anime. And it's like, you can be into other stuff as well. But I suppose though, a lot of them might be. I suppose a lot of them could be on the spectrum though, and it could be a comfort zone thing. That's food for thought. But it's like I've heard them say things like, "But what if I stop liking anime?" And I'm like, "You won't." And if you do, does it really matter? Because you'll end up liking other things. And what if you don't? It's like, why does it always have to be the glass is half empty? Hey there! Hey, welcome to the House of Fun. I'm the equivalent of a next door neighbor when it comes to anime. That's fair enough. It's just people needing to categorize everything. Yeah, exactly. See, Joe gets it. It's like, I like anime, I like video games, I like tokusatsu, I like Western animation, I like superhero movies, there's plenty of things I like. I like comic books. You can like multiple things. Exactly, like darkness is good. I knew that was coming. I was waiting for someone to say he likes darkness or something like that. That's all nerds at the end of the day. Takia, what the hell is so fun? Look at your face, KH dog. I don't know what. Well, I don't know why Takia has a problem with me. Him and I hugged it out at the last MCM. For those of you who don't know, at the last MCM, the guys from Critical Role were there, and I got to meet Taliesin Jaffe. I think that's how you say his name. And if I'm wrong, I'm very sorry. But I got to meet him, and he's who did the dub voice of Takia Ikuhara in Deers, and like he is a lovely guy. He is absolutely lovely. I got my photo taken professionally with him, and like I shook his hand and just told him this means more to me than you could ever realize. And then he hugged me, and I declared the war between Deers and myself over as KHF and Takia hugged it out. Then Tomoki is your new enemy. Well, I like to think with Tomoki, KHF is kind of like his it's kind of like the Harry to his Eggsy, if you've seen Kingsman, or the guy who's teaching him how to be a gentleman. He's the patron of bisexuals. Just ask him as Molly Mark from Critical Role. I still can't believe I have the entire Deers manga. I can't believe that. Though it probably is better than the anime. Which I don't think is saying much. I still don't like the anime, don't get me wrong. I still don't like the anime, but I have seen far, far worse than it now. Humans as social animal categorize things to integrate into social groups. Are we still on that? Those being a gentleman turns you into a virgin. Well, at the end of Kingsman ends on Eggsy getting anal, so Oh gosh, this really is the dirtiest show that I do. KHF would have a field day with Sugu Chara, prime example of a great concept horribly executed. Oh, that could be fun. Um, you could have the whole Chobits manga. I think Joe does, don't you? On that subject, what anime would you say was a great concept that was horribly executed? Have I played the Witcher games? No, I have not. Oh gosh, there's so much going on. What was it called? Anime that was a great concept, horribly executed. Ooh, that's a good question actually. I'd say Rosario Vampire. Like the concept of it, I was alright with, but like the anime was just horribly executed. Um, so there you go. Although I'm gonna get people now telling me I need to. I got like fanboys when I reviewed it saying I need to know my place, and I was tempted to respond to them with the Rock's catchphrase of, "No, you need to know your damn role and shut your damn mouth." But that will create more drama than it needs to, and I'm better than that. So, the biggest quality difference I've seen between manga and anime is Love Hina. I hate the anime, but I still adore the manga. The anime hurt me too much for me to read the manga. Osaka was cute, her and her southern accent. Oh yeah, that was how they tried to replicate the Kansai accent. Interesting, my sister, my younger sister, I'm going to visit later this year, lives in Osaka at the moment. So there you go. Have you watched Tanya the Evil? And no, it's not an anime about. It's not an anime about the Antichrist. It's an anime about other world Nazis. If not, it's really good. Well, that is not a description that sells me, but okay. Love Hina was actually the first manga series I ever completed. Oh, interesting. That is interesting. I'm sure the manga is a lot better, but like the anime hurt me too much. The anime is what I immediately think of when I say I've seen things worse than Deers, because the anime was one of the worst things I ever had to sit through. The anime was awful, like actually awful. I'm still convinced Naru is Yomi's nobody. Which anime character? It's what's with all all the sex questions? Are there any worlds you wish were in Kingdom Hearts? Like any movies you found underrated, and wanted to be in? For me, it's Great Mouse Detective. Great Mouse Detective would be an interesting one actually. That I reckon would be a fun one. I think The Rescuers. I mean, I watched both of those films religiously as a child. Like, I was obsessed with the Rescuers films. I'd love to see them in Kingdom Hearts. Again, could be interested with the perspective of being, mouse-sized. I mean, they've done that before. So, yeah, those could be interesting ones to do. Emperor's New Groove for me. Emperor's New Groove could be fun. That could be fun. Toy Story's been done now in Kingdom Hearts 3. So, or you're using it as an example of where they were small, because, yeah, they're made out of plastic. Treasure Planet could be interesting. I know people tend to hate that one, but that could be an interesting one to do a Kingdom Hearts world in. As like, because you could have the concept of it like the ship flying alongside the gummy ship. So, Kyoko, if Japan decides to legalize weed, I don't think they would, because like drug laws are really strict there. Although whether weed is a drug, anyway, that's a debate I don't want to have. Anime would get a lot weirder because it'd be inspired by people getting high. Probably would. What about Princess and the Frog? That could be an interesting one. Yes, Frog Princess. Yeah, that could be an interesting, and like especially with some of the things that come up with in 3 about there needing to be new princesses of light. So that could be one. Chicken Little had his time in Kingdom Hearts. He was just a summon, and that's all he's gonna be. Naru I hated because she's a tsundere that really is a way to skirt in physical abuse. To what? To skirt in physical abuse, and I know if genders were swapped, that would be abusive. Yes, it would actually. Um, yeah, no, it was meant to be like oh my gosh, she's such an attractive character. Oh, we wish Kitara gets with her. And like, no, she's a cow. She's an utter cow. Why does he want her? Why does he want the girl who looks like Aerith? And yes, I will always say Aerith, not Aerith, because it's what I was used to. Um, what was my reaction to hearing "Let It Go" in Kingdom Hearts 3? I didn't mind. Because I liked Frozen. So favorite tsundere as an anime, none of them. Yeah, Let It Go in Kingdom Hearts. It was fine hearing it there, and I guess it made sense. But my problem with that world in general was that Sora, Donald, and Goofy feel so uninvolved in the plot. Like it is literally just Frozen playing out, but Sora and Donald and Goofy happen to be there. Like they feel so disconnected to everything. That was the problem in several worlds actually. Like that was true of the Pirates of the Caribbean world as well. Like they felt so disconnected from the plot. And I'm like, yeah, it's the weakest world. Yeah, it is, and this is coming from someone who likes Frozen. But if I wanted to watch Frozen, I would watch Frozen. So I don't. Uh, but I did like getting Marshmallow. I think that's what he was called as your ally in that world. That was pretty awesome. As far as Love Hina goes, I much preferred Ken Akamatsu's next series, Negima, but only the manga. The anime sucked. Yes, well, we all know what the anime did to me. Um, we all know what happened with me and Negima. At least the Toy Story and Monsters Inc. plots were good, right? Yeah, they were. I liked the Toy Story and Monsters Inc. worlds actually. I thought they were really good. I thought they were a lot of fun. Sounds like Lion King 1.5 without the humor. That's actually my brother-in-law's favorite Disney film. Actually, like my sister once asked him what's his favorite Disney film. He said the Timon and Pumbaa one. I was like, okay, interesting choice, but hey, to each his own. Um, I hope Up is in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, that could be interesting. I want to see, along with Coco, I want to see Skeleton's sort of party fighting with characters from that film that I haven't seen. And Woody's roasting, yeah, Woody roasting young Xehanort is one of the best parts of Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, it seems to be a bit of lag in the video call, but it hasn't gone out yet, so frame rate has gone down, but at least I'm still here. See, Joe, this is what you do. And Tangle was decent because you actually get to interact with Rapunzel. Yeah, they're still kind of on the outside in the Tangle world, but they're more involved than they were in the Frozen world, so... Or the door bit. Oh, the door scene in the Monsters Inc. world is amazing. And I liked the Monsters Inc. world and how it tied itself into the Kingdom Hearts lore. Sony believes his lies. What do you say that you're a good boy when you're king? When you're too kinky for that shit? What? Solid YouTube bonitas. Yeah, but I did like how the scream canisters played into like the Unversed and how they feel on negativity and fear and all that. I like that. I thought that was clever. If there had been more of that in the game, I think it would have been a bit better received. For the record, I did like Kingdom Hearts 3, but I do understand where people are coming from with its criticisms. That's why I call it the great, but slightly disappointing conclusion to the Xehanort saga. Oh, nobody's going to get that reference. I find it interesting that the better Disney worlds I find it interesting that the better the Disney worlds get, the less they have to do with the actual story. Yeah, I know. It's weird. So the last stream was about Yu-Gi-Oh! This one's about Kingdom Hearts. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm down with that. It's sad Kingdom Hearts 3 because I know everyone waited for years for it. Oh my gosh, yeah. I was waiting for that game since I was a teenager. So, still can't figure out what was the ending. Nobody can. Nobody. Well, the ending pretty much meant Nomura is saying, I am getting Final Fantasy Versus 13 made one way or another. I enjoyed it too. Of course, it had its shortcomings, but I feel like the negativity just got overblown. Yeah, but that's just the internet these days, isn't it? Have I ever got blocked by Kick Vickers? No, I haven't because I'm not getting involved in that. No spoilers, please. Kingdom Hearts 3 is pretty much the reason why I got PS4. It is for a lot of people. I was 12 when 2 came out. Oh my god. I was like, then that would have made me, yeah, I was about 15. So. Gosh, so yeah, I was waiting for that game from when I was 15, and, you know, I'm 28 years old now, so. Even though I don't look it. Don't say you were 10, because that makes me feel old. The second game was released in 2006, right? Yeah, something like that. Kingdom Hearts 2 was my 13th birthday present, yeah. Just shows how much of a time gap there was between the second and third games. I still can't believe people who started with Kingdom Hearts 3 were complaining that they didn't understand the story. Well, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like, why would, I know it's the most modern one, but it's not like Final Fantasy where every game's its own thing. No, it's like, no, this is 13 years worth of story wrapping up. Of course you're going to be confused. I was like 8 when 2 came out. I was the one who introduced you to Kingdom Hearts, mate. And don't you forget it. Metal Gear Solid 4 Square Enix. Well, yeah. It's like if you start the Metal Gear series with 4, you're going to be extremely confused. Because again, it's wrapping up all this. And Metal Gear Solid has an even more complicated story than Kingdom Hearts, I'd say. Although, a bit more complicated, but slightly easier to follow, in a way. It's weird. Although I've never been a hardcore Metal Gear Solid fan, pretty much because I'm rubbish at stealth games. I am terrible at them. Like, I'm so glad that the Smash Bros. Link amiibo gets you Epona in Breath of the Wild, because like trying to sneak up on the horses, I'm rubbish at that because I'm terrible at stealth. I'm awful at it. Now I'm a run and gun kind of guy. 've won that one for stealth. I roll a 0 for stealth. Oh, you do terrible in the Yandere Simulator. Oh gosh, kind of want to play that just for the lulz. Speaking of which gaming company is worse, Konami or EA? I don't know. They both hurt everybody pretty badly. Speaking of Yandere's, what do I think of that trope? I don't know why that is so attractive to people. KHF plays Yandere Simulator, make it happen. Yeah, maybe it will someday. It will someday. But then again, I don't get the appeal of tsundere either, so... But yeah, no, Yandere, I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. What do you call a girl who is so obsessed with a guy that she'll do anything, even kill for him? Psychotic. No, it's Yandere. I love that video. If you've never seen the video, Your Waifu Doesn't Love You, look it up. It is hilarious. The only yandere I ever liked was Doki Doki Literature Club. I've heard things about that, and I kind of wanna play that. Thoughts on Senran Kagura, aka something that is better than Naruto? Um, um, sorry, the question. Sorry, my mind went blank then. Thoughts on Senran Kagura? I've never seen it. Played it. Oh, shoot! There goes the camera again. Right, there we go. KHF plays Doki Doki Literature Club, make that happen even more. Well, there might be KHF playing some things pretty soon. We'll see what happens. There we go. Anime Girls, Heartless, Nobody. Anime Girls, Heartless, and Nobody's Disney. What else can I gain from anime? yeah, not the camera down again because I'm stupid. And because it's live, I can't cut it out in the edit. I have a request for KHF to play Bus. I might end up shilling myself. What, you mean the visual novel you made, Kalanoi Kakoi? But don't you have audio of me playing that? So I'm a trash panda just knocking stuff over. Well, speaking of, doesn't Endgame come out this week? Time has come. I say that because of Rocket Raccoon, so Guardians of the Galaxy reference. Well, Guardians 2 reference technically, but anyway. There's a sequel, bro. So what am I top? Didn't I already do top 10 anime MILFs? So hyped for Endgame. Everyone's hyped for Endgame, except for one person I know who doesn't like Brie Larson, so he's not hyped for it. And I'm like, mate, she's only one actor in it. Oh! Doth my ears deceive me? I think I can hear the hairy baby. Right, I am going to let the hairy baby in, and I'm going to be careful how I get up so I don't end up mooning the camera again. Come on in, Lily. Come on in. Come on in. Come join the live stream. Lily, come here. Come here. Come join the live stream. Yeah, there you are. Come on. Come and say hello, Lily. There she is. It's Lily. I can't believe it's coming out this Friday. It's Thursday, isn't it? That Endgame's coming out. Lily, come say hello, Lily. Lily, come say hello to the people. Oh, I actually do. Have your nip mice? Well, she's not interested. She's too tired. Yeah, the thing is with these, she will play with them, but only on her terms. No. No. Don't care, do you? No. She doesn't care. I think it's Friday for me. Hairy baby. Hairy baby. Greatest thing, I think I said this the last time she was on. Greatest thing I've ever seen at a Comic-Con ever is still Baymax doing the Macarena. Not be an anime, but the one of best booty contest is 2B. Yes, we all know 2B is your waifu. So what have I missed while I was getting Lily? Lily, come here. Come here. Come here. Say hello to the people. You're just soaking in the sun, aren't you? Well, there's her tail. She's just strutting it. She is just strutting for the camera. She's like, yep, look at me. Look at how cute I am. Would you? Best booty is Tracer. Yeah. Tracer, my bootylicious lesbian wife. No, that's bad. That probably felt a bit. I'm sorry. That was bad. I'm sorry. Not my waifu. She's just has an amazing house. I need to play Nier. Actually, everyone tells me that game's amazing. I need to play it. I've never played it. Have you played it, Lily? Oh, what's it like? For the last time, Lily, I don't speak Spanish. So I spent my Easter night watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, You Poor Soul. Or, sorry, the Super Mario Brothers Moive. With some friends because one of them was curious about it. You poor soul. What? You know you're on camera and you are just strutting your stuff, aren't you? You're like, yep, look at me. This is my catwalk, literally. Play with your mouse. Oh, oh, she did go for it. She did go for it. No, she decided she doesn't want it. That reminds me, I'm gonna mess with KHF. That reminds me, I'm gonna mess with KHF. So, did you know all the cat butt merchandise there is? I actually do have a cat pencil sharpener somewhere that you do sharpen it in the bottom. So I don't know why I have it, but I do. Look at my. Hey, Lily. Come on. Come get the mousey. Nah, she really isn't interested. Oh well. Oh, well, I'll have to take video when she is playing with them. And let it on this channel and get 1 million views, and then all my other videos get like 60 views. Oh no, she's gone for it. She's gone for it. Oh no, there she goes. Yeah, there you go, Lily. Yeah. There's 3 of them. 2 of them. There's 2 white ones and that blue one. She loves that blue one. I have no idea why she loves the blue one. I've had enough of it now. Oh, people say, oh, it's the chat seriously talking about the cat pencil sharpener. I need to find that and put it into one of the streams now. I don't know. I think it was a joke gift from some family friends. But yeah, I do have one somewhere. I know. Fist bump. La 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 la. So we've gone from Kingdom Hearts 3 to cat merchandise. What a journey this is. Let's see if she'll go for it again. Nah, not interested. She was for a moment, but so I'm getting too old for this. Don't let Donna see she will get ideas about sharpening your oh my god, no! Uh-oh. It always comes back around to darkness. Always goes back around to blinking. That makes me think of a Family Guy joke with Bitch Brian. I sharpened a pencil in my bum, now I need a band-aid. So what are my thoughts on Recoded? Coded was the most pointless game. Coded was the most pointless Kingdom Hearts game. That was basically give us money for nothing. Though, I will say this, when watching like the cutscenes in the HD remix, like, I mean, it wasn't the strongest Kingdom Hearts story, but then again, you know, it's a Kingdom Hearts plot, what was I expecting? But, like, the actual rehash of the Kingdom Hearts 1 was, part of me was kind of into it. Part of me was kind of into it. There was part of me that was a bit interested, but then when it does the stuff to tie it back into the main series with all the hurt, and you've got to mend the hurt and all that, that was when I just was like, oh, I don't care. So I got a bit of an itch. So there's back scratches sitting on the table and just begging to be used. So I was trying to grab my necklace with it, but there's like 3 important things and Recoded. Yeah, and literally all of them could have been explained in 10 minutes of Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Get your butt scratcher here! Butt scratcher! Lily, butt scratcher! Lily? Nip mouse? Nip mouse? Do you want the nip mouse? So do you then. Yeah, she's just perched on the end of the couch, and I was just like, yeah. One of the three good jokes the Family Guy ever made. Yeah, I miss when Family Guy was funny. Also, the organisation becoming somebody's again. Yeah, but you can literally tap that cutscene onto the beginning of Dream Drop Distance. And in fact, yeah, it is literally just an extension of that cutscene anyway. So anyway, Coded was easily the weakest game. Easily, I think everybody's in agreement of that. Yeah, but they didn't, did they, mate? No, I'm just saying they should have. It's going to be really interesting for me. I finally get to play PS2 remake of Chain of Memories. Yeah, because we never got the original version of that in the UK. So apparently the gameplay of Coded was really solid. Yeah, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's just rehashing all the old worlds with a story that is barely connected to the overall experience, which admittedly was a bit endearing at some points, like I said, but most of it was just, yeah. Come here. Come here. People want to see more of you. Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. There you are. There we go. I remember hearing someone getting a PS3 for Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, we all thought it was going to come out in that generation. And then there was the whole Versus 13 fiasco. Worst Kingdom Hearts world for me, if I didn't pick a... Oh, this one was Notre Dame. I didn't mind that world. I thought it was... Or at least the Sora side of things I didn't mind. Does she go for your hentai magazines? Wasn't that the cat I had before her, Ellie? Yeah, a PS2 remake on a PS4 compilation that was originally a GBA game. Well, that's a meta thing right there. Yeah, it is. No, don't, oh, for goodness sake, why is it always darkness? Well, we are talking about Kingdom Hearts, so I guess I could let it slide. I love the movie. I hated how watered down it was. Yeah, but that's just the Kingdom Hearts plots in general. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Actually, I remember. This is going to show how old I am. I remember seeing that in the cinema. That's going to show how old I am. I remember seeing that in the cinema. Speaking of, my thoughts and prayers do go out to Notre Dame of what recently happened. So I had to address that elephant in the room, but sorry, things got a bit real there. Yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame. I think that was the first Disney film I actually saw in the cinema, and yeah, it's the one I remember the least about. Like, I never owned a home release of the film. I can't actually remember anything about it. Oh, and by the way, even though I think even though I'm kind of mixed on it, by the way, The upcoming reboot of The Lion King is not live action. Alright? There are no humans in it. It's not live action, it's CGI. Get it right! So it really ticks me off people calling it the live action Lion King. It's not live action! There's no humans in it! It's CGI! Thank you. Yes, see, yeah. I think Mulan was probably the first Disney movie I saw in the cinema. I did see that in the cinema as well. Um, I remember though my sisters saw it before me because my dad took me to see Small Soldiers, and on the same day my older sister took my younger sister to see Mulan. That was a fun day. I think mine was Hercules. I did see that in the cinema as well. I'm old. My first Disney experience was Hercules. I still remember all the hype around that film when it came out. And yeah, I remember going to see that film. I remember a lot more about that than I do Hunchback. But I was a bit younger when I went to see Hunchback. I still remember my... Oh no, did this come out before Hunchback? No, it didn't. No. But I do remember my older sister taking me to see A Bug's Life. That's a fond memory of mine. Along with Tarzan, Lilo and Git, and A Bug's Life. I wonder, did anybody ever go and see the Power Rangers live show? I never saw those. I know they were trying to imitate, because I know the Sentai does that. I don't know if they still do it, but the Sentai did that at one point, like live shows, and Power Rangers did try to imitate that, but it didn't work out as well. I love mythology, so I'm less than fond of Disney's Hercules. But look, all Disney films aren't exactly loyal to their source material, especially if you read the original versions of some of these fairy tales. Do I still have Little D somewhere? Yeah, he's somewhere. I think he's in my bedroom somewhere. Little D is still about. I have talked about bringing him back before because there was a good premise for it with KHF being, a mad scientist who can be a experiment of his. Like he shows up one day and he's like, yo, it's Little D, yo, and then CJ's just looking at KHF like, what? And KHF's just like, I was going through a phase. The original story of Sleeping Beauty had me shook. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, the original Sleeping Beauty story is messed up. Like, it's really messed up. The originals are to nightmare fuel. They're horrible. Yeah, the original versions of these fairy tales there. Best Mad Scientist, Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate. No, Best Mad Scientist is Washu from the Tenchi franchise. Get it right. I'm joking. I've never seen Treasure Planet, actually. People are talking about that a lot. I've never seen it. I remember it being out. I remember there was a lot of marketing for it, but I never saw it. I remember the Never Gonna Give You Up. Little D seemed to go after. Yeah, there's a thing about Little D being into lollies, but that joke I kind of dropped because somebody had the logic of, because I'm saying the lines, it means I said it. Like, no, I'm saying the lines for the character's sake. I don't get that logic. Well, I just got me a project. Cool. Best Mad Scientist is Dr. Frankenstein from Soul Eater. Funny considering how dark Disney films can get. They're tame in comparisons to the original. Yes, they are. Oh gosh. But By the way, did anybody ever read the Fables comics? That was a really good comic series. Fables, that was great. Admittedly, I found out about it from the Wolf Among Us video game, but once I got into them, I was like, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. This is really good. Watching Treasure Planet next chance we get, boy. Yeah, right after we watch Reboot, boy. Please tell me you're not a fan of the Cars films. I've seen the first one and it's fine, but like I don't get it. The whole thing is that they're cars. Although I used to volunteer with kids with additional needs, and there was one kid in that who was like obsessed with that film. I've talked about people on the spectrum and having, you know, and you know how people on the spectrum can be obsessive over things. That's why I had my Haruhi phase. Yeah, and this kid was super into the Cars films. Like kept reciting scenes from it for me. It was it was adorable. But yeah, I've only seen the first one, and quite honestly, I've heard the sequel is rubbish. So, but yeah, Cars, it's fine. It's just like, okay, they're cars. That's it. I have fond memories of Reboot. Finally, someone in the UK who remembers Reboot other than me. I hated Cars because it felt a step back from The Incredibles. Fairy Tale is okay. I've never seen Fairy Tale. I love Incredibles, still do. I love The Incredibles as well. And the sequel I found was actually surprisingly good. Like, for as long as it took for it to come out, I actually thought it was still on point with the original. Too cheesecakey for me, yeah, but that's just Pixar, isn't it? So now we've got debates of Fairy Tale versus Hunter x Hunter. And the world makes no sense. Well, of Cars, no it doesn't. I mean, I guess with Cars, like, there's nothing overly, like, offensive about it. There's nothing bad for children in there. I mean, it's got a good message in it about winning not being everything. But, you know, there's other things that have taught that lesson and have taught it better. Now everyone's having a chat about anime I've never seen. So I'll just say, I'll talk about how amazing of a show Reboot was, and I mean the original. I don't mean the Guardian. We don't talk about the Guardian Code ever. Ever. So it's just, as a fan of the original series, I hate Reboot the Guardian Code so much. Like, even more than I hate Stitch. That. If you ever wanted to see an actual reboot that completely vomits over the original product, look at the Guardian Code. Ironically, Reboot is in its title. Lily's legs are gone. Where's the Guardian Code? Was that the Netflix show that never got made? Yes, it did never get made because it never happened. It never happened. There was no Guardian Code. I always say to people they should really reboot, and they're like, what about the Guardian Code? I said they should reboot it. There was no reboot of reboots. Maybe I should do a retrospective on that someday. Like a KHF retrospective. Okay, if you hate Stitch, then I'll say I hate Lightning McQueen, so that we're both even. I didn't say I like Lightning McQueen. I didn't say I like Lightning McQueen. I said that film was kind of for me. So, there you go. I mean, I said Cars was just okay to me. I like black cats. The first cat I ever owned was a black cat, actually. Some of you who have been with me from the start might remember my old cat, Robin. I miss your older brother, Lily, even though he wasn't really your brother, but... Well, Joe, you've just made an enemy for life. I know, I just felt like saying that because I can't stand Cars. Like I say, it's not one of my favourites. It's just one of those films that's just kind of there for me. It's like, it was a thing, I guess. Like cat hair floating about. You're shedding again, aren't you, in the sun? Means I'm going to be cleaning up your cat hair for the next couple of months. Sheddy McShedison. I can't really see it, but Lily's legs are gone. Where have your legs gone, Lily? Where are they? No. Oh, shit, no, my thumb covered it. Nearly had another collapse there. No, I was just smushed by my thumb there. I smushed you all under my thumb. I could kill you with my thumb. If a Carl's World had to happen happens before Great Master Two, I would die. No, a Cars World wouldn't work in Kingdom Hearts. Well, so Don and Goofy going to become cars. Actually, they probably would. No, Cars World wouldn't work in Kingdom Hearts. I hope it wouldn't work in Kingdom Hearts at least. So if I keep filling my hair, I just got it cut today, and so I've got the fuzz around the sides again, and it's nice. And oh my gosh, we have been going for over an hour now. They turned Woody, Buzz, Mike, and Sully into cars, so Blair. Did they? Alright, so we've gone from Kingdom Hearts to the hairy baby, thankfully, to random started blinking, insulting cars. You want it, you can get it in a KHF stream. And an argument about Hunter x Hunter versus Fairy Tail in the chat. So. Anyway, should probably wrap things up now because I've got things I need to work on, things I need to do. But thank you again to everybody who showed up. Hopefully hopefully be same time next week. But thank you to everybody who's shown up. So Lily, come here. Lily, come say goodbye to everybody. Lily, say goodbye. No, you're just going to walk by again. Okay. So yeah. So I will see everybody later. Take care, and hopefully same time next week. But I will let everybody